all the playoff implications.
It'll come
Good morning,
out
everybody. Happy game day. It is Tinker Time, championship edition, where the wrong decision is going to turn that win into a loss, or the right decision is going to win you that ship. And that's what we're here to help you out with. We've already got a couple games in the books so far this week. We saw the Thursday game, which was crazy. And last night, the Lions played the Cowboys, and I'm feeling some kind of way about it. I know you are too, Kyle. You have my permission to say whatever you want.
We got hosed. We got totally we got screwed. And that's all it is. And Brad Allen and his ref crew did not do their job last night. You've seen the replays. The linemen are over there. He you see Skipper running in, and he had been running in and reporting eligible a couple times throughout the game. And I think Brad Allen just, was wanting to get the fuck out of Dallas early or something. I don't know. But that crew will not be working any postseason games, or anyone on this crew.
I sure should hope not.
They'll be downgraded with that, but it costs us a 2 seed, possibly a 1 seed. It hurts. It's crap that you got to lose that way. But being a Lions fan, this has happened for as long as I've been watching Detroit Lions games. These type of things. The most recent one I can remember was in that playoff game against Dallas, January 2015. Past the Pettigrew, where Hitchens was a linebacker, and they threw a flag for pass interference, and then picked up the flag and gave no explanation, and we lost the fucking game. So very similar things, and it's bullshit. And I'm gonna get all the fucking swear words in that I fucking want to right fucking now, because I don't give a shit if this video isn't shown to anybody. I don't give a fuck. We got fucked, and I'm fucking over it. And I would love to just know what was said in that little quick huddle-ish with the referee there. I would love to know. There should be like a speaker. I think the players should go in and speak into the mic and say, "I'm fucking eligible." Got it?
They used to do that.
Yeah. It's stupid. But so now I'm on to Michigan, 5:00 tomorrow. And if they win, everything's all right with the world again. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Ramey, how the hell are you doing?
Better than you guys. I feel for you, though. I watched that game last night, and it was confusing to say the least. And there were a couple things I didn't understand. I think the refs messed it up, to be completely honest with you. But I am going to play a little bit of devil's advocate. And I have a couple questions for you guys about it. And you don't have the answers, but they were things that I were thinking that nobody really addressed while it was going on. So the first thing is Decker came in and reported as eligible, but then lined up in a non-eligible. No, he said he didn't say anything, didn't he?
Decker reported as eligible. The reason why it was then deemed an illegal formation is because they had Skipper declare himself eligible. So because of their mess up, that made the formation illegal.
Okay. So Skipper is what I meant when I said Decker before. I'm sorry. He came in. Skipper said he didn't say anything to the referee.
Correct.
I guess then why was he running to the referee?
That I have no idea.
Yeah, because I think that, and I'm not saying it's Skipper's fault. Maybe they were doing it kind of to be a little bit sneaky and confuse the Cowboys, but it clearly confused the referee, as you could see his eyes. He was staring at Skipper the entire time when Decker was trying to tell him he was eligible. Now, somebody said last night after the game, that's on Decker to make sure that the referee knows, but he did everything he needed to do to go over and report himself as eligible.
Right.
And then
he did his part.
Yeah. And I guess the other question is, why was Penei Sewell over there with him too? Like, so Penei Sewell was walking over with Decker. I guess why are there players that aren't reporting as eligible going to the referee? Because I think it's the referee that screwed things up, but I can see from the perspective of the referee why there's 3 players coming at you. Only one of them's reporting as eligible. I can see where he might get confused in a situation like that.
but it's on the referee to make sure he's not confused.
I agree.
And I
completely agree.
imagine, like, and I don't know the answer. This is just pure conjecture and me talking out my ass, but I imagine sending multiple players over to talk to the official is like a little smoke and mirrors, because
Sure.
regardless of who goes over there, the person reporting is eligible gets announced.
Yep.
And the defense gets told.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it sucks. I really feel for you guys, because I texted you guys when that was an amazing play. It was an amazing play call. It was executed perfectly. We've talked about it before. MCDC's balls to go for it there, go for the win. You have to love that if you play for him, and then continuing to go for it. And really, the second one got nullified by an offsides, but the last play, if Goff had put it where he needed to put it, you guys would have won the game.
Yeah, that's true. And
it was a bad throw.
Goff didn't look exactly sharp all
Yeah.
game either. He threw a couple picks. If those don't happen, it's a different story. I'm not really quick to pin a loss on the officials, because it was Detroit that put themselves in that position to begin with. But at the same time, they also put themselves in the position to win the game, and that got taken from them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Via the human element.
And these head coaches meet with the referees
Yep.
in a room before the game, and they go over their stuff, and they usually got little grease boards, and they show them what they're going to be doing. And Dan Campbell said they did that, and this play was included. And I just don't fucking get it. If we're telling you in the beginning of the 90 minutes before kickoff that this is what's going to be and Decker's going to be eligible, what the fuck, man? So I'm so fucking used to this shit that I'm, like Matt said earlier, I'm past the piss stage now, and I'm calm, but I'm like scary calm.
You got to watch the quiet ones, and it too. It's not like they reinvented the wheel with that play. How many times have we seen that?
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is. There's folks out there with lineup decisions to make. I am not one of those folks, because, I lost last week. It is what it is. I know, Kyle, you're going up against our buddy Brandon for third place in the podcast league. You are the lone representative of the podcast. I need you to step the fuck up and win. You need to finish on that podium, son.
God, third place. Nobody remembers who was third place.
Shit.
It is what it is. But yeah,
so now
I'm hoping we got some questions today on some starts, some big games today. I'm really interested in Dolphins Ravens at 1:00 as well. I know, Ramey, you got your Colts going today as well against the Las Vegas Raiders. What's that one at now? -3.5 Colts.
Yep. Which is surprising to me, but whatever. I don't know. I get so jaded based on the previous weeks. They could be in the playoffs, or they could be fucking going for the number one pick based on what they did last week. And they just didn't look very good last week. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, but Colts need to win it if they want to keep alive in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of that Dolphins Ravens game, I saw on ESPN.com, looks like Mostert's out.
Yep. Mostert's inactive.
Yeah. So that's
Blue
a big
Jays
one.
Blue Jays is in the chat. He says, "Good morning, Happy New Year's." I got a couple questions. First one is a defense, special teams, Raiders or Bills today?
I would go. So both are good options, but if you look at it from the perspective of which offense is more likely to put up 35 points, it's the Colts. So I would go with the Bills, because I don't think the Patriots can sniff even 20 or 24 points unless things go really well against that Bills defense. I think there's an outside chance the Raiders have a letdown game after last week at the Chiefs and the Colts put up some points.
So you mean to tell me you don't believe in Bailey Zappi?
I do not. No, I can confidently say I do not.
Well, I can't speak for the rest of your life, but in this instance, you're a smart man. I don't either. I think sooner rather than later, Bailey Zappi is going to remember that he's Bailey Zappi. The offense has looked halfway decent over the past couple weeks, but even halfway decent is being a little bit generous. The Bills have a lot to play for today. And granted, the Raiders do too. They have an outside shot of making the playoffs. But I'm going to go with, just like you said, Ramey, I'm going to go with the Bills defense. We've got them number 2 in our rankings this week. The Raiders are kind of mid-pack. We've got them at 14. And your reasoning is exactly right. I think there is a bigger chance of the Colts putting up some points this week, better than the Patriots. And I also think you're more likely to see more turnovers coming from New England than you are the Colts. And I know that sounds kind of strange to say when we're talking about Gardner Minshew at the controls, but he's played some clean football lately. And as long as he ain't putting it up 40 or 45 times, I think he'll do a halfway decent job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bills is a good call. I agree. They're expecting a little rain snow mix up there too, so that could make the ball slippery, make some opportunities for some turnovers and things. So, and like Matt said, they got more to play for. I like the Bills this week. The Raiders are just on fire, and Pierce has them playing very well and very spirited defense. Man, they looked like they wanted to murder. Who'd they play last week?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Thanks. So yeah, Bills
Raiders,
for sure.
Raiders coming off a short week too.
Yeah. And Zamir White over Hopkins.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
That Colts defense couldn't stop me, Matt, or Kyle. The run defense.
It would be rough. Yeah. Zamir White is going to get the rock. I could easily see him getting 20 carries today.
Yeah. And Hopkins's opportunities have dropped now that Levis is not quarterbacking.
Yeah. And they're playing the Texans, right?
Yes, they are. The return of CJ Stroud. Speaking of which,
and Nico.
You expecting just production as normal from CJ Stroud in his first game back? He's going up against, the Titans' pass defense has struggled all season. And here over the past few weeks, the defense as a whole has really been not great, to say the least.
Yeah. I was thinking about this, and I know we're focusing on fantasy here mostly, but I think a really good bet would be, I want to see it before I say it. I want to see what the first quarter spread is for the Titans. Let's see. I'll find it in a minute. But whatever that spread is, I look for CJ Stroud to have a good game, but I think he'll come out and have a slow start just because of the rust from being out for 2 weeks. So depending on what that spread is for the first quarter for Titans-Texans, I might be taking a look at the Titans, especially if it's plus money, plus a point, maybe even first half.
It's half. Titans plus a half a point.
No. Well, never mind.
First quarter? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he'll have a good game. He's got Collins and he's got Noah Brown in there. So he's got most of his receiving core. Obviously, Tank Dell's been out for the season for some time now, but I think CJ Stroud will have a good bounce back game, especially against that Titans secondary.
Thanks. Going for the title, so hopefully it goes well. Yeah,
nice.
I think you can't go wrong with Bills D and Zamir White, and he had ARSB and Monty.
Nice, couple touchdowns.
Excellent. Yeah, both had touchdowns. The only 2 touchdowns the Lions scored.
Yeah.
If he just would have cooked a field goal. If we would have got that safety and that CD Lamb touchdown didn't happen. Oh, anyway.
Yeah. And if my aunt had a package, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah. Good luck, Blue Jays, with your matchup, man. We've been talking here for months now on your team and stuff, and I'm glad you're in the championship. Makes me happy. I'm not in a championship either as any of these 2 butt faces. So listen to us.
Yeah.
two of the 3 leagues are very competitive that I play in. Definitely, one is extremely competitive. It's tough sometimes. It doesn't always go the way you want it to.
Yep.
Oh, Drew. Yeah, we're good, man. Well, I mean, we ain't good, but
yeah,
it was some BS last night.
It was. And Colts dealt with it earlier in the year in that Cleveland game.
Yep. And but not quite to the extent that you guys did.
Well, I mean, eventually you reach a point where like you're just fucked. The degrees of fucked no longer matter.
Yeah. There's penetration.
Can I send like hate mail to Brad Allen to like the NFL?
Please don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to do these by myself.
More fuel for their championship run. Yeah, I certainly hope so. Would have been easier having maybe some more home playoff games, but that's fucked now. Thanks, Brad Allen.
So you guys are pretty much locked into the 3 seed, right?
Barring something catastrophic, yes.
Yeah. So you'll be looking at, Rams or Seahawks.
Probably the Rams.
See how it shakes out. Yeah. I expect the Rams to win today.
Who they got? The Giants in New York? Yeah, they're 5.5. Oh, no, it's 6.5 now.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, so
Zay Jones is out.
Yes.
Man, what's that line? Colts are looking better and better, aren't they?
Damn, I thought he was going to play today.
You mean the Panthers?
Deontay Foreman,
because they win and Jacksonville loses, the Colts would be in the division lead.
Did you guys beat Houston first time around?
Yeah, we did.
No shiznit.
Yeah, very surprising. Jags are still 3.5-point favorites. Without Lawrence, without Zay Jones.
Jacoby Brissett is the emergency QB. Jake Fromm is the backup today for the Commies. That's a name we haven't heard for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of skimming through here.
Blue Jays, I'm playing in a 3-player keeper league. Any underrated players you target in the off season?
That's a good question. I would say, do you have anybody, or who are you currently targeting to keep that's on your team? Zamir White might be one of them. I don't see Josh Jacobs there next season. And Zamir White has done damn well when given the opportunity.
I'd say Zach Moss, but you don't know where he's going to end up. But behind what kind of line he's going to be playing. So. But like I said, like you put him on a team like the Cowboys, and he'd look pretty good there.
He would. Part of me wonders though if Zach Moss is fool's gold because he didn't look anywhere near as good in Buffalo while he was there, and when he come back here towards the end of the season, he looked nothing like he did in the beginning part of the year.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that is. I think it's a valid point for sure. I wonder how much of it is the rhythm that he got into, knowing he was the number one guy to start the season. He was out the first game because he broke his forearm, but I wonder coming in later in the season after pretty much not playing for a few weeks. I wonder if that kind of ruined his momentum. But you're right; it would be a bit of a gamble.
I don't really see any other real big inactives that we weren't aware of prior to. Hunter Henry's out for New England.
Oh no.
So I wonder what Miami thinks of as their path to victory today, since they're down both Mostert and Waddle.
Run the ball, run it a lot. Short passing game. Probably more of what you saw. I know we got a couple questions in the chat, but probably more of what you saw when they played Dallas, where it's not really the deep passing game unless it's just wide open. More short screens, like wide receiver bubble screens to Tyreek and let him try to get some yards after the catch, and then just run the hell out of Achane and
Jeff Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Tyreek is chasing history. So there's that. Going back to Blue Jays' question, Melting Snowman had a suggestion, Josh Downs. I think that's a good one, too. He had his hot streak there kind of in the middle of the year, and then he hurt his knee, and he's not looked like he did earlier in the season. But you can see that the talent is there. He gets plenty of looks. He's usually between 4 and 7 targets a game. If he can stay healthy and get another year in the offense, he's going to need to build some chemistry with AR once he comes back. But, that's what the offseason is for. Mm-hmm. I think that's a good one. Blue Jays chimed in. He was thinking Tajay Spears or Zamir White would be good options depending on what happens with Derrick Henry. Tajay Spears is another one. He's looked really good this season with limited touches. He's been very, very efficient, and he's a weapon out of the backfield. I don't think Derrick Henry is going to be there next year. But I also don't know if Spears is the type to take on that 20-plus touch per game workload. He might be another dude best suited to work with a complimentary piece.
You took the words right out of my mouth. When I was thinking, Tajay Spears would be good, but then I thought Tony Pollard. Yep. And if he becomes the lead back where he's responsible for carrying the workload, does his production suffer because of that? Is he best as a 1-2 punch with somebody like a Derrick Henry? So you're absolutely right. What about JSN?
Yeah. He's another one that came on towards the end of the year.
Yeah. And I don't.
Tajay Spears is actually in the same size as Jahmyr Gibbs. He's just an inch taller. So Gibbs is 5'9", 200, at least according to Pro Football Reference. Tajay Spears is 5'10", 200.
Yeah.
And that's not much smaller than Christian McCaffrey. He plays, around 210, 215.
Yeah. Would you take a flyer on Anthony Richardson if you had a quarterback that wasn't very productive or inconsistent?
He is someone, when he played, he was a QB1.
Yeah.
And I have no reason to believe that won't continue into next season. The way he hurt his shoulder, it was just kind of a fluky landing. It wasn't like he got lit up or something like that. It was more how he landed on the turf. Provided he comes back 100% healthy, we knew coming into the season that he wasn't going to be somebody who lit it up like CJ Stroud has done.
Sure.
Granted, nobody expected, anyone in this class to do what Stroud has done, but still their games are very, very different. And I think that part of his maturing into the quarterback position is going to be learning how to take those hits or avoid them.
Yep. Yeah. I know that you've heard it before with guys like Russell Wilson in his baseball history, and it's kind of cliche when you say this, but if he doesn't know how to slide, they better be teaching him how to slide in the offseason. Although he did, before he got hurt with his shoulder, he did have a couple plays where he slid and avoided some contact, and then he just, like you said, it was that fluky play with the shoulder. So maybe he already knows that. And he seems like, he was head and shoulders above where I thought he was going to be when he played. So even at his young age, maybe he's got it together to where he knows, you got to take care of yourself, not just for the team, but financially as well. He's trying to get to that second contract a few years down the road, and nobody's going to pay him if he continues to get hurt like he does. So look for him to protect himself and work on that passing. I'm really excited. I'm kind of going off track here and I'm making it about the Colts, but I'm really excited, knock on wood, to see that offense with Richardson, Taylor, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, and like the full complement, because they never were on the field at the same time this year.
Friggin' A. Send his ass over to Victory Field, learn how to slide. So on the betting front, are there any games that stood out to you guys this week? I mean, obviously we have our locks of the week, and you know, I was victorious there. No more pushes. Of course, it's hard to push 5.5. But just kind of looking through this, you've got the Ravens are 3.5-point favorites now. The Niners and commies, anytime you got a 14-point spread, it's hard to lay that kind of those kind of points there. But then you look and see like Washington's like starting secondary is all out, but you worry about the backdoor cover, some garbage time bullshit. I think just kind of glancing through, one that really jumps out to me is the Saints and the Bucks. That total of 42.
Yep.
I think that one's
same. I was going to talk about the same thing. I don't got nothing now. Shit.
Oh.
No, I think it will. I think there'll be some slinging there. I think Carr's going to have a decent game today as well. I think it's a very great chance for Olave to eclipse 100 yards today. And Baker's been playing excellent as well. They're at home. I think he had 3 touchdowns against the Saints in week 4. So looking for a big game.
Oh man,
Ramey,
that Niners commies games over under is at almost 50. That seems really high.
It does, but like Matt mentioned, that backdoor.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you one that I kind of like because they haven't been playing very well lately. I like Cardinals plus 12.5 in Philly. They played them close last year when they played, and that was when Philly was playing better than what they are now. So Jalen Hurts has still got that knee issue and hasn't looked like he has in the past. Kyler Murray's back and playing like Kyler Murray. So again, it's a big number. So I would not look at putting a couple dollars down on Cardinals plus 12.5.
I think if I was going to bet that game, I'd bet the under. The Cardinals are absolutely atrocious against the run, and I think that's what Philly's going to do. They're going to get back to basics. I don't see Jalen Hurts putting it up 35 times today. This might be a 25 attempt kind of game. Is Philly going to put up some points? Sure, but they are missing some pieces in their secondary. Both Slay and Roby are out today. I don't remember if they were out last week or not. It's not really relevant. But Hollywood Brown is also on IR. So you've got Greg Dortch and Michael Wilson.
Rondale Moore.
We'll see how that game goes. My inclination would be to bet the under. As a matter of fact, I'll do that now. And then go over in the Bucks-Aints game. Looks like we got a few folks here watching with us. Welcome to Tinker Time. Sound off in the chat. How's your team looking? You playing for the ship this week? You and also ran like those of us here on screen. You got a dynasty team. We're here to help you out. We got Dubo back. I'm back. How we thinking about this Vikings-Packers game tonight? Jaron Hall is getting the start.
Ooh, man.
Vikings are -1. I think they're going to win this game.
Packers defense is trash.
Packers defense is trash. They're without some pieces there in their secondary.
Through injury and through suspension.
Yeah, and just how much that Vikings defense loves to blitz and pressure. Jordan Love is not good under pressure. I think they're going to get him to turn the ball over a couple times. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any stretch, but I could see it being a 27-24, 24-21, something like that. And welcome back, Dubo. Whoops.
Yeah. Who we got here? Jay, how you doing? Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you stopping in. First question, Jaylen Warren or Zamir White? I think Zamir White's going to get.
Yeah,
he's going to hand. It's all about touches, and with Warren, you got to split with Najee. I definitely like White there. I think that's unanimous. JSN, Lockett, or Pickens? Matt?
It ain't going to be Pickens. I said earlier in the week, if you start him this week, expecting what you got last week, you're going to be disappointed. And I guaranteed that wasn't going to happen, or I would stop giving advice to anybody about anything. So it comes down to Smith and Jigba or Lockett. And Ramey, you kind of touched on him a little bit earlier. Over the past several weeks, Smith and Jigba has really started to come on. Seahawks have a tougher matchup against a Steelers secondary that's been stingy, but specifically it's been because of the play of Joey Porter. I think there's going to be opportunity for both Smith and Jigba and Lockett today to do a little bit of something. Just based on how things have gone here recently, I'm going to go with Smith and Jigba and his emergence. I think it's going to continue.
Yeah, and Minka Fitzpatrick's out again. Their other safety, Trenton Thompson's out again. I like JSN for that.
I do too. I'm going to make it unanimous. I like him. I think he's coming on. He had that injury to start the season, had a slow start because of it, but really this last 5 or 6 games, he's shown that he's a target for Geno, and even when Drew Lock is in there, he's been a target for him too. So I think he's worth a start.
Absolutely. Good luck, Jay. Man, if good luck. That's a nice mix there. If you haven't, please give us a like and subscribe here. We'd really appreciate it. We're here every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and today for Tinker Time every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Rafael Castro, he does not trust Kamara. Feels like starting Zamir White. I could be talked into that.
Yeah, I think, Tampa Bay's rush defense over the course of the season has been pretty rough. They've been stout. They are a pass funnel defense. The Colts this year, they've been very susceptible on the ground. They're mid-pack. They're giving up 4.2 yards a carry. But just with the volume that Zamir White should get, I understand the argument for it. At the end of the day, though, like, we've got Alvin Kamara as a top 5 back this week. What's your scoring system, Raphael? I think in a PPR, I would go Kamara. In half, I would go Zamir White.
Yeah, the problem is it's that floor ceiling conversation that we've talked about, right? There's a good chance that Zamir White's floor is probably better than Kamara's this week just with the volume. But any given week, Kamara could go for 45 yards on the ground and a touch, and 45 yards through the air and another touchdown. So you have that potential for Kamara to really kind of pop off and have a couple touchdowns, which would boost his ceiling up there. And I just don't know if Zamir White has that in him. I think he's going to have I think he's going to be a really good start today, but to think that he has the potential for 30 fantasy points, I don't think that that's out there.
So let me ask you both this. Which game do you think has more points scored? The Raiders Colts or the Saints Buccaneers?
I'll go Saints. I'll still go Saints Bucks in that.
And for the record,
just because
the totals almost the same.
Yeah. And just because of the Division 2 thing, I like Kamara. When they played last time in week 4, he didn't rush very effectively, but total, he had 24 total touches. Fortunately, only went for about 90 yards, 88 yards or so. But I go with Kamara this week, and it is a full PPR. He says, I will roll with Kamara.
Yeah. He's a little jaded from Kamara's performance last week, which I can understand.
Kamara did have 24 touches the first time around. I don't really see him with 13 receptions.
No,
this week.
It was pretty crazy with the game, and they must have been down. I can't remember the game script, but with all those throws, but
yeah,
or was
it lost 26-9?
Yeah. His performance last week almost cost me. That's why. Yeah. I like.
I get it, man. And eventually you reach the point where you just start your studs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zamir White has been good for 2 games. Alvin Kamara has been good for 6, 7 years.
Yeah, agreed. Good luck, Raphael, man, with your matchup. If you haven't, give us a like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Jay's back. Tua or Murray?
Wow.
That's tough.
Yeah,
got a couple playmakers out there. It's even more pressure on Tua this week.
They're going to run the ball a lot too.
They're going to try to run the ball a lot.
I think the way to beat that Ravens defense, though, is with speed. The secondary is a little bit banged up. I think originally probably Achane was going to be looked to help make up for the loss of Waddle, but now that Mostert is out, I think that plan kind of gets scrapped because you're losing such a dynamic speed threat. Jeff Wilson Jr., not a burner. Promise you that. So it's going to be up to them to get Achane the ball in space. And we were talking about Tyreek a little bit earlier. He's out there chasing history, right? He's still got a shot at 2,000 yards. They're going to double cover and bracket the shit out of him, but that's only going to go so far when you're dealing with that kind of speed. I'm not super thrilled to start either one today. If I am going to start one, though, I'm going to go with Murray just because he has that rushing upside. I would not be floored at all if Tua went out there and went for 245 and a touchdown today. And I think you could get a similar number out of Kyler Murray, but he may also give you 50 rushing yards on top of it, going up against an Eagles defense that is not at 100%.
And next question is White, Elliott, or Walker? I say no to Zeke against Buffalo.
Same.
I still think with White again, just because of the touches, Walker's going to split with Charbonnet and peel some touches away from him. I like White.
Yep, I'll agree there.
And Ridley, Chase, or DeMarcus Robinson.
Damn. If Chase plays, he's going to get a heavy dose of Snead. And granted, he's not out because of a lower body injury, but still, that is a tough matchup. And he's been talking all that shit too, all week long. And I'm inclined to believe that he's going to play just because he's been talking so much trash, because he doesn't strike me as the type to talk all that shit when he knows he's going to be out, right?
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley, I really don't have any faith in, especially with CJ Beathard out there. I mean, the dude who was a 3rd-round pick inexplicably that probably should have never been drafted. I think if anything, today is going to be an Etienne and Evan Ingram game. That gives us DeMarcus Robinson. I ain't really thrilled about him either. He's had some decent production lately, but that's more smoke and mirrors as opposed to an emergence in the offense when he's, at best on any given play, probably the 3rd read. But the shitty part is you got to make a decision now. And if you go with Chase, you got to hope he plays in a game that doesn't kick off until 4:28. So you're really having to roll the dice there. I think the safe play is Ridley. I think if you're confident Chase is going to play, I play him.
I think so too. I think
how many
Chase
receivers can CJ Beathard play? When he took over for Lawrence, he didn't look too horrible, I guess, but
I think you go with Chase. Flags fly forever.
Yeah, all there is optimism that Chase plays today. Optimism.
That would be a kick in the nuts. So if you put him in and he doesn't play,
it would be. And it's a championship. It's just like that's risky as shit. I go Ridley. And get
taking
some
the safe route.
Yeah, I'm going to take the safe route.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's tough.
Probably depends on what the rest of your roster looks like too.
And, right. And if you're lucky, maybe something comes out here in the next 50 minutes that really sways you. It sucks. But yeah, good luck. 2 championships today, dude. That's awesome.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
more than the people. You're in more than the people on this screen. So
Combined.
Subscribe, man. We really appreciate it. Good luck, man. Happy New Year. How many yards do you think Hill's going to get today? Taysom Hill?
Taylor Hill?
2 carries for 6.5 yards.
Yeah, but 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Tyreek, I don't know. It could be. He's a bad man. And if there's anybody that can give fits to that secondary, that defense in Baltimore, it's him.
All right. How about this? DK has his receiving prop at 93.5. Are you going over or under?
What are we? I thought we were talking about Hill.
Yeah,
Tyreek
Hill.
Question? Oh, you just said DK. Oh,
DraftKings.
Yes, DK Metcalf sets all props.
Yeah. Like, why are we talking about DK Metcalf? 93.5, eh?
I'm going over that. Like I said, dude's chasing history.
He is.
Who in the hell else are they going to throw to?
He's
going to get
that's
open.
it. That's part of it. Is who else are they going to throw to? Braxton Berrios.
Yeah. And Cedric Wilson. And, but Mike McDaniel's real smart, and he knows how to get Tyreek where he needs to be. Tyreek knows where he needs to be. I think he'll go over that. I don't know if they win the game, but that doesn't really matter for fantasy.
So we had the Tua versus whatever dickhead it was question a few minutes ago, and I said, 245 and 1. I think if Tua throws for 240 yards, I would not be surprised if half of those went to Tyreek Hill.
Oh, for sure. I agree.
So yeah, I'd go over his prop, and now it's up to 94.5.
Yeah, moving lines. Moving lines.
It's like they're listening to us.
I'll add that to the parlay.
Why, you building a par? Oh, you had something going on the side?
Yep. Cardinals, Eagles under 48. Saints, Buccaneers over 42. Tyreek over 94.5.
Be a pretty good return.
It's plus 550 right now.
Nice.
So Kyle thinks he has an awesome DraftKings lineup today.
Yeah. You want to talk about it?
Yes, Kyle, talk about it.
I ain't talking about it at all. I just know I need to win. I went, you guys probably went all floor, and I went, nope, I need to win.
Oh, geez.
I went, yeah, it'll be nice. I need to win. I went heavy ceiling.
Zamir White, Jonathan Taylor.
No, I'm not the Colts guy here. I don't pick a bunch of Colts usually.
You guys want to build one?
Sure.
Why now?
Did you pick Justin Jefferson? I hear he's a really good play today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Brandon Ayuk too. I love it.
Easton Stick probably got you good value.
Yeah. What was he like? $4,000 or something?
Yeah.
$8.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Don't worry about who I started. It won't matter.
Jared Stidham.
Steady time. All right, lobby. Where's one of those?
Go ahead and share my screen here.
One of those triple deals or whatever.
All right. Here we are in our normal contest, the 10K triple option, 3-entry max, where we do a show lineup. I put in the same lineup I use for our little contest, and then I add one more of my own.
Yeah.
So at quarterback, who do you guys like? There's a couple decent cheap options. A couple decent mid-price options. Brock Purdy stands out to me, and just an absolutely amazing
too.
matchup today against Washington for $7,000. The aforementioned Kyler Murray has a nice matchup, but who in the hell is he going to throw the ball to? Got Baker Mayfield and Derek Carr, both with some opportunity today, and then down at, where in the hell is he at? Bailey Zappi at 4,800, Stidham at 4,800 with a nice matchup. Where are you guys looking to go?
Kyle, what do you think?
I don't want to say shit.
I think Purdy's going to have a bounce back game. I think he's going to have a really good game.
All right.
He would be my pick.
All right.
All right. You can pick the QB. Where in the hell is he at? $7,000 US. At running back, got some nice options up top. CMC at 9,600. I'm not really looking to pair him and Purdy together. And then another $1,300 cheaper, you've got Kyron Williams. Another $7 below that is Rashad White. Kyle, who do you like today?
Cheap. Kind of like Swift.
Yep, Swift is a good play.
Uh-huh.
I'm on board with that.
I'll do Swift.
So let me ask you guys a question. Would you rather do Purdy and have to do a cheaper option as you go down the list, or would you rather take a flyer on Stidham and put CMC in your lineup?
That's a good question.
Because you're going to save $2,200 by going with Stidham versus Purdy.
I think I might rather go with Beat Hard before Stiddy, but that's just how I feel. I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, there ain't no way in hell I'd run Beathard out there.
I guess the more I'm kind of talking through it, the more I'm thinking about it. I think the 49ers are going to pound the Commanders, so maybe Purdy is not even in the game in the second half.
It's possible.
Or the fourth quarter, I guess.
So you're wanting to retract your pick of Purdy?
No, I'll stick with it. I was just kind of playing devil's advocate to my own pick.
No.
I just want to get inside your guys.
Whatever.
I'll get in your heads.
All right, at wide receiver, I'll pick us one, and as I scroll down through here, nothing really jumps out. There's George Pickens at $5,300.
He has potential.
Don't do that.
But who I like today was CJ Stroud back. His cat had a good game last time. I'm going to go with Noah Brown.
Yeah.
Nice little cheap option, $5,100. He could do all right today.
It's a good one.
Let's pick up a cheap. Go ahead.
Cheap tight end.
I was going to say defense, but yeah.
No. We can do that too.
Where's Cole Kmet?
Right here, $4,700 US.
Yeah, I might go a little bit cheaper than that.
I think. Oh, whoops! I forgot I was screen sharing. Darren Waller at 4,500. Chiggy Okonkwo at 36. Gerald Everett 35.
Gerald Everett's cheap. Lots of targets.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Gerald Everett.
Yep.
Okay. No comments. Defense, I suppose you could try New England and see what happens. You could try the Ravens at 2,800 and see what happens.
Yeah.
Panthers defense has been playing well lately.
They have.
That's who I threw in my lineup today. I'm not going to be all secretive like Kyle. I don't have to pay for ale, so
no, you're good.
I also have the Panthers defense in my lineup.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not paying for ale minds think alike.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, fuckers. I'm winning.
All right. So now we need another running back.
He's calling his shot.
So the Panthers.
Kyle, hook us up.
I'm gonna go cheap because I think we have to.
Not too cheap.
Nah, I want us to be able to afford somebody.
Okay.
Let's go with Jeff Wilson Jr. for $4,100.
Oh,
All
man.
right.
I just saw one that I really liked. I might put
Well,
it in
too
my
bad.
lineup. I might.
All
I
right.
might.
You
Brady,
get to
give us
spend
a
some money.
receiver.
You get to spend some money on a receiver if you want.
Oh,
saved
let's
us a
see
ship.
what we got. Oh, shoot. So we got 7,000 a player. I don't want to go too high there.
Do we want a team Debo or somebody Ayuk or something like that with Purdy?
I think
Ayuk is 7,000.
I
Debo is 77.
I like Ayuk.
Ayuk,
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Kyle, you want to give us another receiver, and then I'll pick our flex.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. No. Oh, yeah.
Look out
let's
behind
go
you,
with
Matt.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to go with
figured he'd make
Olave.
an appearance.
I'll go with Olave. Good game. Good matchup against Tampa Bay.
I like it.
That leaves a pretty good chunk of change for a flex.
It does.
A lot of options.
And you know what?
You're going to put Nico in and try and find a different person other than Brown.
No. Nope. Not even close.
All right.
I'm going to go with Austin Eckler. It's an
Ooh.
opportunity to shit on Denver. I've not been high on Eckler all year, but if he's ever going to do anything in a matchup, this week is it.
Where the fuck? Oh, 6,700. All right.
And
update
entry.
300.
There we
Nice.
go. So we'll see how that works out.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I think your
appreciate
cat knows that they're on camera.
Yeah. He loves going up there, but then he gets afraid to jump down and he'll just start meowing like an idiot.
Like a cat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here.
A star is born on today's episode. Your cat.
Yes.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm doing all these
Stoned
things
on
behind
Sports podcast starring Otis.
you. Yeah. All right. What do we got? Anything going on in the chat? No. 5 people still watching. Love all you folks still hanging out with us.
Yeah. We appreciate you. Oh, we missed Blue Jays comment. Thanks for a great inaugural season. Big things for the pod in 2024. You damn straight, brother. Here in a couple of weeks, we'll be making our switch over to baseball, getting you ready for the fantasy baseball season. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Who wants a parlay? Who wants a bet? Anybody?
Um,
Doesn't even have to be a same game parlizzle.
we could look at a same game parlay.
We could. We opt into my no sweat bet.
Like no game really jumps out to me. Could do one for Sunday Night Football. What do you think about that, Jubo?
I think your cat wants down, Matt.
And
he's gone.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, his OC has interrupted his broadcast momentarily. What game do you want to do?
I just pulled one up for. Let me try to share my screen. I'll just get your thoughts on it. I've never shared my screen before, so let's see if I can do this.
Me either.
Present. Share screen. Yeah, okay. There we go. What do you think about this? In this Commanders game, 49ers Commanders game that looks like it's going to be. So I've got over 1.5 Brock Purdy passing touchdowns.
Okay.
I've got 225 plus Brock Purdy alternate passing yards. And I've got over 88.5 Christian McCaffrey rushing yards. That gets you to plus 214.
It's pretty good. Where's the 80? Oh, there it is, 88.5. Purdy touchdowns. Matt McCaffrey's rushing yards. What was the third one?
Purdy alternate passing yards over 225. Can't hear you, Matt.
I don't mind that.
Dubo says do it. I have no context though.
Nice. So I did a little same game parlay. Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns, over 225 passing yards, and Christian McCaffrey over 88.5 rushing yards. Get you to plus 214.
That's not bad.
Oh, I'll mess with that.
All right.
Can't go broke making a profit.
That's right.
This is true.
There's probably some kind of same game parlay insurance.
Now there's a 4-leg parlay insurance where if one misses,
Oh,
but that was
There's
only
no
3 legs.
There's another no sweat bet. There's no sweat bets every day.
Yeah.
Cool. Blue Jays, other than Ravens and Dolphins, what games are you excited for today? I'll say Saints Bucks. I'll probably check in on. I mean, I'll probably do Red Zone all afternoon, but I don't know.
I think that Chiefs Bengals game could be interesting. The Bengals, I think, if they lose, are pretty much out. I think their chance to get into the playoffs goes down under 10%. And if they win, they basically have a 50-50 chance. So it'll be interesting to see if the Chiefs are able to bounce back after just shitting the bed against the Raiders on Monday.
It'll be interesting to see is the greatest phrase ever. It really is.
Did the Chiefs ever play on the road, by the way?
In the playoffs? No.
Well,
it just seems like every time I watch them, they're playing at fucking Arrowhead.
Yeah. No, not in the Mahomes era. Not yet.
I just meant in general. I think they have 17 home games, except for when they went to Germany.
How in the hell is DeMar Hamlin the favorite for comeback player of the year?
Has he even played more than
a
handful of games?
Yeah.
Snaps, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he's played very much at all. I know he's been healthy scratches as well. I don't get it either. I mean,
because it's a really good story.
Don't you have to play to be a player? He was more productive last year when he died on the fucking field.
Yeah.
Than he was this year.
Hot take.
Should be Joe Flacco.
But yeah, he was definitely
it should be Joe Flacco.
It definitely should be Joe Flacco. Unfortunately, I saw a guy bet him like 3.5 weeks ago to be comeback player of the year. It was like plus 16,000 or something.
Jeez.
And like, that's sick. People think of bets that I don't even think about. Yeah, I think Duba might have been responding to the let's do a parlay for the Sunday night game.
Do it.
Packers Vikings, just to do something a little bit different. This game's close as well. Vikings -1.
I can't believe I didn't notice earlier the Bills are laying 15 to New England.
Yep.
It was 14.5 a few minutes ago.
See? Tinker time, moving lines.
All right. Melting Snowman. Purdy has argument for comeback player. I don't know about that, but George Play 01. Welcome back, man. Ty Chandler or Warren in his flex in a non-PPR. Oh.
I'm going to go with Chandler based on volume. The bad thing about that Pittsburgh backfield is kind of both of the guys are game script dependent. If Pittsburgh is ahead, Najee's going to get the majority of the work. If they're behind, it's going to be for Warren, but the non-PPR aspect really eats into his value. I think Ty Chandler has a better opportunity at volume. I think he has a better opportunity at a touchdown as well between the two players. I'm going to go with Ty Chandler.
Is Madison out again?
Don't know. The inactives aren't out for Sunday night.
Well, you just said you think he's going to get more volume, and I was like, no, he's cleared. Madison's playing.
Madison's not playing very well.
Do you think if
Yeah.
I guess the game script depends on Warren. I suppose if they're behind, I like fuck.
I'll go with Matt. I'll go with Ty Chandler, my boy.
My first thought was Warren. I think they'll be behind. He'll get some taught. Fuck, that's a tough one, man.
It is. These are championship decisions, something you have no experience with.
All right, I'll just throw my hat in the Chandler ring. Fucking game script.
Are you sure?
I just wish I had the game script. That's all. Mike Tomlin, what are you doing today? Let me know.
Yeah.
Shit. Good luck, George. Good luck, brother.
We appreciate you.
I wonder if Dubo has any thoughts on Ty Chandler or Warren.
So George says PPR.
Non-PPR. He spelled PPR wrong in his first message.
Oh.
Yes.
Whoops. Trust in Ty.
Trust
That's
in
right.
Ty. All right. Do a same game for Packers Vikings. What's happening in this game?
There's plenty of room on the Ty Chandler bandwagon that I created 2 weeks ago and then set afire 1 week ago.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't mind Jordan Love over 210.5 passing yards.
I like Tucker Kraft, first touchdown scored.
Well, let's go to Justin Jefferson's over-under and see what he is at. Holy cow. I'll do the 88.5 plus 135 against the Packers' atrocious defense.
Yeah.
With me? We're going crazy.
You going to share your screen?
No. Oh,
so
I don't know
our viewers can see?
No, you do it. I don't know how to do that.
It says
shit.
present at the bottom.
No, yeah, you just do that. You do it.
You're calling it out. You do it.
I don't know. The last time I tried to do it, it effed up.
Are you watching? Are you watching porn?
He is.
God. Oh, and it went away. Oh, it changed. Oh, it went down to 87.5 now.
What the fuck? Over.
All right.
Hold on. Let me do this because
it's over 90. Is
Kyle's a damn boomer.
You need to go to the bottom over under. Alternate receiving over.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, 1 sec. George plays back for a minute. Broncos, Chiefs, or Rams defense today? You could have left that up. It would have been fine.
I'm looking at our rankings. I know how to use the internet. I don't need direction.
He's thinking Denver because of Allen and Palmer out.
Chefs, the Rams. The Rams are not a consideration for me. It comes down to the Chiefs and the Broncos.
The Rams are a good defense. You're not considering that at all. That's a Giants.
Tyrod Taylor playing. They looked better with Tyrod in there than they did.
They're a better offense with Tyrod Taylor. He's one of those dudes who's very, very cautious with the ball. He doesn't tend to turn it over. He's also got some elusiveness, which should help cut down on the sacks. I don't think the Rams are a bad play. I think the Chiefs are the best play this week. especially given the question marks around Jamar Chase. I'm going to go with the Chefs.
I'm going to go Denver at home versus the Chargers.
Ramey, do you have a thought?
Oh, I think I'll go with Denver as well. Or sorry, the Chiefs.
All right.
I'm going to remember this later.
Just like
Good
you
luck,
called your shot for
Good luck, George.
Daily Fantasy.
Yeah. All right. So far, I have Justin Jefferson over 88.5 yards receiving.
What's next?
I don't know. Pick something.
Well, let's see here. 88.5 yards receiving. That's a decent number. Didn't you say something about Jordan Love passing?
Yeah.
Was it?
I think it was like over. I think there was an over under at 210 that I was looking at. Oh, it's 209.5 now. Even better.
I'm going to go with Jaron Hall.
Jaron Hall, what?
Over 198.5 on the over under. We'll go conservative there.
Think so, eh?
Yep. I think that Broncos, that Packers defense is going to be very vulnerable on the back end today. And you're not going to have to work any magic to take advantage of that. In a home game with a lot on the line.
Fitzmagic?
That's it. Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic. Let's see. Dubo says check the line for KJ Osborne. Let's see what we got here. Over 27.5 receiving yards. He's got an alternate just with 25. That's minus 150. I don't hate that.
Yeah. The over-under alternate is at 21.5 at minus 170.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. I mean, he could get that off one grab.
Yeah.
Look at us in on the Vikings pass offense.
All right.
3 legs plus
2. Good call there, Dubo.
Well, we appreciate that.
Anybody else thinking anything? Game lines, who's going to win? Maybe a touchdown scorer. I know we don't like doing those too much, but who's going to win this game?
That's a great question. I think the Vikings are going to win the game.
Do you?
Yeah. But I'm not that confident about it.
I'm going to take the Vikings plus. I'm going to take the Vikings plus 3.5.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they can win by or keep it within a field goal.
It's plus 440. It's not bad.
No.
Ooh.
That'll work.
We good with that?
Yep. No sweat bet.
All right.
Bet placed.
Sweet. Andy, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you stopping in for Flex. Gus.
Is that Brian or Bijan Robinson?
Yeah, Brian or Bijan. That's what I'd like to know. Gus, Robinson, or Warren?
Who?
And what's your scoring, Andy? PPR, half, non-PPR?
Of those three, I think I'd knock Warren out. It's Brian.
Brian Robinson.
I think I'd go with Gus.
And it's a PPR.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh. Maybe I do go Warren.
Yeah, that changed things.
Brian Robinson's been getting some receptions. Of course, he hasn't played the last couple
weeks. He's banged up too. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't played the last couple weeks.
Gus is touchdown dependent. If he doesn't get a touchdown, he's giving you 6 points.
Yeah.
7 points if you're lucky. He doesn't really catch the ball. He had one grab for like 38 yards last week. Like, that's a fluke. You're not going to count on that.
I like Warren in a game coming from behind against Seattle. That's my choice. I'm
going to go with Brian Robinson. I I think of those three, he's probably he's got a shot at getting the biggest workload. Show before he got hurt that he can be used out of the backfield. And I think for a good portion of this game, it's going to be garbage time for Washington. I think that you're right, Andy. This is a tough ass decision. I'm going to go with Brian Robinson, though.
Break the tie.
Oh, I'm going to go Warren just because Brian Robinson's been banged up. If I knew Brian Robinson was 100% healthy, I'd go Brian Robinson. But I'm going to go Warren because I think you're right, Kyle. I think you're going to be playing from behind.
I think Najee gets game scripted out of that game, and it'll end up being a Warren game with lots of chances for receptions as well. Good luck, Andy. It like Matt said, and you guys both said, that's a tough one. It is.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, man. Get you a championship.
Yeah, if you haven't yet, drop us a like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So we got a goal to get to 130 subscribers by January 1st. So we got like 11 and a half hours and one sub to go.
We can do it. You guys doing anything for New Year's?
Not really. I'll be at home with the old battle axe. Kyle, will you be scooped up in some man arms tonight?
I'll be. No, I'll be staying home, much safer, and I'll watch football and whatnot. No, I'm good. I want to be I don't want to feel like crap tomorrow or anything like that. I'm all in on Michigan. Stopping the shit out of Alabama tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they don't play until 5, right?
Yeah,
plenty of time to sleep in and sleep off that New Year's hangover.
No, I'll be like up at like 11, and I'll end up like napping from like 3 to 8 and miss everything. And I know what happens to my body and what it needs when I'm hungover, and it's a long ass nap, and I just can't do it. Can't do it.
What about you, Ramey?
Got to support the team.
First New Year's with a robo boot.
Yeah. Yep. I'll just be nursing the boot on the couch watching football with you guys. I may go out for the late afternoon games to get some food and just kind of have a beer or two, but I'm getting old, man. It's been 4 or 5 years since I really enjoyed going out for New Year's. It's just there's too many things that can go wrong. And only a couple things that can go right, and that's probably not going to happen.
Yep. No, you get too risky, and the older you get, you're just like, I'm getting too old for this bar scene.
Yeah.
If somebody was throwing a house, part New Year's Eve party at a house, there was a bunch of people there, food, some spread like that, I'd do that. But I'm getting too ancient for bar scene.
For sure.
I don't know. JJ's is going to be hopping tonight.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not happening. I'm good.
You guys want to do last call and
last call for alcohol?
Last call for shitty advice.
Yep. We're here for it.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
It's not true. I'm trying to pay my mortgage on these decisions.
There we go.
Right. Jesus, cheap mortgage, eh?
Yeah.
Man.
You make the best decisions when everything's riding on the line. Whether or not you have electricity next month.
Right.
So who do you think is going to win the 2 playoff games tomorrow, Ramey?
Do you want me to make you guys feel good, or do you want to know what I really think?
I want you to choose your fucking words carefully.
I think Alabama's going to win a close game. I think I think Washington's going to beat Texas.
Okay.
I'm very excited to watch. Very excited to watch that Washington Texas game as well. I think there'll be a ton of scoring in that. But unfortunately, no way the fucking Tide are going to beat Michigan. Is the number 1 team in the fucking country. This is our year. I said it months ago. This is our year with a bunch of teams down with new quarterbacks and things. And this was the year for Michigan to do it. They're not going to lose for a 3rd year in a row in a fucking semifinal. It's not happening this fucking year. Well, it's happening next year, technically.
I hope I'm wrong.
I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it'll be a 42-10 blowout. I don't see that, but it's going to be a test. I know that coming in. Any Saban-led team is, but go blue, baby. Michigan versus everybody. You guys see the little stuff starting to come out about Ohio State and their link with this catapult program that runs or is the business that provides the tablets and the technology and software for that, and that Ohio State has a cheating investigation open on them by the NCAA.
Sure did.
It's imagine that.
If you ain't cheating, you're not trying.
Yep. Something about glass house, stones, something. Fucking
pot and kettle.
Don't throw Buckeyes in a glass house.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm going to say Michigan and Washington win.
Okay.
I like Michigan and Washington too. And Ryan Day better get suspended equal amount of time that Jim Harbaugh did.
Yep. But he has to be suspended for the game.
Yeah, it has to be the last 3 games of the season. Not no non-conference first 3 games of the season bullshit.
Is that something based on what he's done in the game the past 3 years or so? Is that something you'd want Ryan Day not there?
Yeah, Matt said that today. He's like, I kind of want Ryan Day to stick around.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I suppose, but fuck him. He's a piece of shit. But all right, I'm ready to go.
All right, this was fun.
I think we're good.
Dubo says, "Go Big Blue." You are correct, sir.
Yep, we'll be back at 7:00 on Tuesday evening, as we always are, to recap the week's games and either be celebrating a Michigan victory, or Kyle will go on another diatribe like he did with the refs and the Lions game, which is justified. So should be a couple of good games tomorrow. Should be a lot of good games today. Hope everybody has a happy new year, and we will talk to you all Tuesday night. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the questions, and really appreciate everybody out there. So happy new year, and we'll talk to you soon.
And depending on how tomorrow goes, it may just be rainy on Tuesday.
Happy New Year, folks.